Okay, Nicolette, I just want to ask your first and last name spelling and pronunciation.
Okay, my name is Nicolette Zanolli, Nikollette, Zanolli, Zanolli.
All right, and do I have your permission to record this interview?
Yeah.
All right. So I understand that you guys went out for STEM Day and worked with some younger kids, elementary school students, looking up to the bigger kids, pretty cool stuff. So it's kind of interesting to see how they interacted with you. Were there any interactions that you had that day with the younger students that stood out to you, maybe like the favorite part of your day that day?
Well, they were all super young, about kindergarten, first grade, and they were really creative. So we took a break between experiments and we were stretching. And they were like, let's do something with chemistry. And like, we're stretching. And they kind of said, all right, well, let's make an element. Let's make oxygen. So we're stretching, and we have our arms like this, and one of the kids goes, oxygen. So then we kind of went along with that, and we did carbon and oxygen, and they were just so excited to learn about it and to incorporate chemistry into other things, and the creativity was pretty impressive, so it was really cute.
So the students were impressing you, you would say.
Oh yeah, you learn from them, just like they learn from you, but I think you learn from them too.
Do you feel like you guys impressed them?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we did an elephant toothpaste experiment where you add a couple things into a cup and it shoots up and it's this big foamy thing, and their eyes got big and their mouths got big and they were really excited about it.
And how did that make you feel? Just seeing those smiles, seeing, hey, I'm here, I'm making a difference for these kids today. How did that make you feel?
Oh, it's priceless. It made me feel so great. I love that they're so excited to learn, and I was really excited that I got to be there and watching as many of them as I could. And they're just so eager to learn new things, especially in the science field when they're young. They think it's the coolest thing. So it's fun to watch it when they're young.
That's awesome. Apart from the elephant experiment that you told me about, which I think is pretty cool, were there any other ones that you guys did that stood out to you that you think were fun, or was it just the elephant one?
Elephant toothpaste was the best one, just
Okay.
because it's colorful and foamy, and that really attracts the young kids. But we did a penny experiment where you clean pennies, and they had to make observations, and they saw bubbles, which, as you learn later on in the science field, it means something, and it was cool just to get them thinking. As we went along with the STEM day, we realized that we needed some more experiments that caught their eye, like the elephant toothpaste. So we learned as we went, and we're going to be doing more STEM days in the future, and we'll add a little bit more cooler experiments, I think.
So before we move on to the future, talking about what we're hoping for these next STEM dates, I got to ask, how did you get involved with this one?
Actually, I was in a lab class, and Sarah Moore came in and she said, I need volunteers for a STEM day at the library with kindergartners. And I've worked with kids before, and I know how it's fun and it's exciting. So I wasn't busy, and I said, okay, I'll go. And it was fun, yeah.
Nice. So what are your hopes for these future ones coming up, especially since this one seemed to go so well? The excitement from everyone I've talked to involved in this is just phenomenal. So I'm curious to see what you guys have planned.
Like I said, some more exciting experiments where things are exploding or things are colorful and things are big. And we'll keep the elephant toothpaste, probably some more engaging experiments. We talked about just having a couple setups there that they can look at and make observations with, and then some that are more engaging and hands-on. So like an egg, when it grows bigger, they're like, what? That's not the size of an egg. And then they ask questions. Things that generate questions from them and make them think like a scientist is what we're kind of going for.
Nice. You mentioned that you've worked with kids in the past. What were you involved in that you've worked with them in the past? How was it similar, and how was this event unique compared to those?
I worked at the YMCA over the summer and over break, and I was a camp counselor. And we did a couple science experiments with my camp kids, and it was really fun, and they enjoyed it too. It was pretty similar with the younger ones because, like I said, they just get excited about the big, foamy, colorful things. But I worked with some older, like 4th graders, 5th graders at my YMCA job, and they were a little more advanced with their schooling because they're starting science earlier. So they would ask questions, but they kind of understood things more. So it's cool to see the progression from kindergartners to 4th graders and how they're learning in school and how excited they are.
That's great.